special one for Veterans Day. It's Veterans Day, time to celebrate all those people that came before us that sacrificed so much for our country. So because of that, we're going to do a quick little yes, it's Budweiser. I know what you're thinking. That's a crappy beer. Everybody's had Budweiser. I don't care. It's Budweiser, cool can, red, white, and blue, so I figure it's fitting. Budweiser is, at least to me, when somebody says, give me a beer, a generic beer, to me, is a Budweiser. At least through my growing up, that was what I always thought a beer was. So, yes, it says the king of beers. I know it's in past, or in, you know, nowadays that's not quite the case, but yeah, Budweiser is American. I don't think you can argue with that. So let's go. This is for all my, like I said, all those that came before me, who defends me and my country. You know, I have in my my immediate family, I've had somebody, my great-grandfather in Vietnam, or I'm sorry, Vietnam, great-grandfather in World War I, my grandfather World War II, my biological father in Vietnam, my stepfather was in the Navy. I was in the Navy. I was in the Air Force for 6 years. My oldest son in the Army went to Iraq. My second oldest was in the Army, went to Korea. My youngest boy is in now. He's in Germany. And my daughter, she's not active duty, but she's married to an active duty Air Force, you know, an airman in Alaska. So they're stationed up in Alaska, and I'm sorry, the wives have just as much to you know, to do with that active duty member, you know, all the sacrifices and everything. So anyway, so there you go. So my immediate family, I got quite a bit of military, very proud, very patriotic. So Budweiser, red, white, blue can. Let's do it, shall we? Yes, it's that, you know, really, really light yellow color. Very, very clear. That adjunct stuff up in there, but you know what? Look at the big head. Big, big, big old head. But you know, if you see on the TV shows or the cartoons and somebody says a beer, that's what a beer looks like to me. Yeah, that is a beer. Mug. Yellowish. Big 1.5 finger head. Soap bubbles. You know, white. You know, hey, my taste buds have changed. I like, you know, more tasty beers, but this to me is a beer. When you say, give me a beer, there's a beer. So anyway, enough of that. Let's smell this thing. Yeah, definitely that adjunct smell. You smell like the Cornish or the, you know, that, you know, I mean, it doesn't smell bad now I think about it. You know, you get a nice big whiff. It's not really, really terrible. It's that generic beer smell. You smell the yeast, you know, slight bready, of course, very bready, and you know, a little adjuncty smell, but you know what, that's a pretty beer. I mean, you know, can't argue with the king of beer. So let's go ahead and do this thing, shall we? And then what I'm going to do is, you know, this whole thing this is for my brothers, okay? Here we go. Very carbonated, of course. So carbonated, I'm going to do this. But, yeah, very carbonated. You know, that generic beer taste, but like I said, this is a beer. Yeah, I mean, it's got, you know, it ain't the greatest flavorful thing in the world. But, it, you know, to be honest with you, a nice cold, this is about as cold as I can get it to. I mean, I got this thing as cold as cold can be. Probably 30... I don't know, 35 degrees. I mean, it's cold. Of course, it tastes better to be cold, that cold, because I assume you drink it kind of deadens the taste buds and you don't taste all the adjunct that's in there. But hey, that's a beer. It's pretty good, actually. I don't care what you say. That was pretty good. Yeah. So anyway, 5.0 Budweiser from Anheuser-Busch, the king of beers. Love the can. Can's awesome. Not a bad beer. Don't care what you say. Not a bad beer. Yeah, so there you go. Not much to it. Again, happy Veterans Day. There you go. Proud of y'all.